Hello and welcome back to our second part of our introduction and getting started video for ENC 1101. At this point, I'm going to pick back up exactly where we left off on that last short video, and that is our homepage for the Canvas course. So on the homepage, what you'll notice is it will give you a lot of kind of frequently asked questions information. For example, it has our mode of instruction, the name of our course. We are a main term course for the spring, so we start January 8th and we will end on May 1st. It will also have just some quick welcome to our homepage information, but in this box right here, this has all of my contact information in order for you to know my email, my office phone, my office hours. Um, Quick note that the best way to get a hold of me is through my email because if I happen to not be at my desk, I will still get the email on my phone and be able to respond. All of my emailed responses are within 24 hours. Please give me that amount of time. Typically, it doesn't take me that long, but sometimes it does, based on the level of emails from that I'm receiving. So, if you do not hear back from me within that 24 hours, please shoot me a quick email. Not because I've forgotten you, it's because something has gone crazy busy, and I want to make sure that I get you your information. My online office hours are as follows. This means that I am either physically in my office at TCC or I am online, meaning that I am on my computer and available for any kind of questions that you may have. Times outside of here, I'm absolutely available. Um, my email hours for my online course are typically 8 a.m. until 7 p.m., Monday through Friday. What that means is that I keep a close monitor on my emails during that period of time. Where it begins to lighten up or where there's a gap is on the weekends. So I just ask that as you go through our course each week, please make sure if you have any questions or if something's going on that you contact me between Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 7 p.m. On the weekends that I am not guaranteed to be able to access or get back to you in a timely manner, and I don't want to hold up your progress. The next thing that you'll notice on our homepage is something I call navigating our Canvas site. And what that simply does is it takes each of the buttons on the menu on the left that I'll show you in just a minute, and it tells you what you can find on that section. So for example, we are now on our homepage. In the home pages where you're going to find all of the course information and course calendar. In just a few minutes, we're going to switch to the announcements page, and then I'm going to show you your modules. So if you keep moving down on our homepage, it's going to give you a couple of just helpful links. One being our Ask IT link, which is a link that will take you to the page on our TCC site that if you're having issues with technology or your password or access, you're going to click on that and you'll find the help that you need. If you keep scrolling, a copy of our syllabus is linked right here. So you can either open this window to open up the syllabus, and a lot of what's in the syllabus is on the website, but this is just a PDF form. We'll talk about it in just a minute. Or you can click on it, you can download onto your computer, print it, whatever you need to do. Just as a couple of quick pieces of information with regards to our syllabus that I want to talk about is I'm going to scroll down to our required course materials for just a minute. This is what's called an OER course. That means it's Open Educational Resources. This means you do not need to purchase a textbook for our course. All of the materials that I would require you to read or encounter will be on Canvas. That is not to say that any other materials that you might need for this course that you will need to supply. Any of the digital tools that I ask you to use are open access or included as a student. So you do not need to worry about anything right there. So what is ENC 1101? ENC 1101 is the first in the series of two of what we call your first year composition or college composition courses. This particular course, our ENC 1101, I always like to look at it through the lens of building your writerly identity. You'll see that, right? And that means that in our course, we're going to have a lot of opportunities to write. Um, in a sense that will bring you both in the academic community, but also into less formal spaces such as discussion boards um, and things like that. So our focus is to provide multiple opportunities for composing or writing in different modes or genres for different reasons. And that is going to be one of our main focuses this semester. Um, As far as assignment vocabulary, because that is always what people want to know, um, larger projects, you will have a total of 4, as you can see here. We're going to have 3 of your larger essays, and then something I call the digital remix. That will be a larger digital projects toward the end of the semester. You will also have online discussion boards and then weekly learning activities. You can see the grade breakdown here, where we have 45% of the final grade is comprised of those larger composing projects or writing projects. You have 20%, which will be online discussion boards, and then 35% of it will be those weekly activities that are included in the module. I'm going to move down just a little bit to show you that you have access to both of the introductory videos that are housed on this homepage, and then to talk to you about how the course is structured. So 8 a.m. each Monday morning, or by 8 a.m. each Monday morning, I'm going to publish an announcement. I'll show you that in a second, with each week's focus and deliverables. And deliverables, by that I mean assignments. This announcement will also direct you to the module where the content and links of the deliverables are housed. Couple of things with regards to online learning is that this is our mode of communication. So making sure that you're checking your email, making sure that you're checking our announcements, and making sure that you're checking in with our course frequently is going to be extremely valuable in your success. This is not a self-paced course. What this means is that you'll have specific goals to achieve each week, designed to ensure the progress within the larger context of the projects. Writing, this is a process course. So as much as I look forward to the finished product of the writing itself, I also, and in many cases, look more forward to watching your process in order to get there. So all of the week's informations and assignments are contained in the modules tab of our Canvas course. We're going to move over there in just a second. You will work through the module designated for the project or for that week that we're working on. This particular piece is just a semester at a glance. It'll just kind of show you within these different windows what we're going to be working on. It by no means covers those details that we use to get to this point. It's just a way of kind of framing the themes for our semester. This content of the course is delivered entirely online. It'll be facilitated through various modes of instructions, such as text, images, video, links to other sources. It's going to be very important that you carefully read and engage with all modes of instruction to most effectively learn and apply the content, as well as completing all of the assignments. So in order to get started, you are now ready to move over to our modules, and I want to show you that next. The modules will look the same, meaning how they're navigated every single week. Before we do that, let me show you the announcements page. So we have our first announcement. It is already up, and it's just welcoming you to our semester. And it has this particular video, the second part, already there. Okay. So let's walk over to our modules for just a second. So here's what you're going to notice. You're going to notice that you have several modules that you can see. And I want to make note of a couple of things. I'm just closing them just to show you how they all work. It looks like a lot. However, you work within the module of the date range. For example, we are week 1, so this is the only module that's going to house any of the instruction or assignments. These other modules are simply resource modules, and I may direct you to them at different times, or I may just pull the document up myself and put it up there. I just make these accessible to you throughout the entire semester, just as an added. Think of this as almost a textbook resource. So we are in week 1. The date ranges are 1/8 to 1/12. So that means this is the module we're working in. You're going to open it up, and it is really set up almost as a digital book. You'll notice that the pages are numbered, and that means that it is designed for you to walk through it, um, beginning with page 1. A couple of things I want you to note. You'll notice that you have some pages that will have a due date behind them and some that do not. The pages that have a due date behind them are going to be assignments that you will need to complete. With that said, it doesn't mean that you skip the page before it. The page before it, or if it doesn't have a due date, it simply means that it is a content page, and that means that there's going to be things contained within that page that will help you complete the assignment. So you don't want to skip any pages. You always want to start with page 1. So I will go ahead and click on that page 1. And as you encounter it, what you would do is you would read through this particular page, and then it's going to prompt you on what you do next. So click Next. Now we're at a page where I see a due date, which means that there is some kind of assignment that we're going to need to do. This particular assignment is asking you to go ahead and review the syllabus. Just make sure you understand all of the things regarding the policies of our course, the description, where you can find the syllabus, things like that. Once you're ready, if it is an assignment, it's going to prompt you to do something, which means you're going to click here where it says Take Quiz. And it's going to ask you 2 questions. So one at a time. So you're just going to say, I've read and understand the information of the syllabus. If you agree, click on it and click Next. Second question asks, I know where to find the information. This is just our agreement that you have read and you understand the syllabus. Once you're ready, you're going to click Next, and you're going to come to the next assignment. Now this one is a little bit different. You'll notice that there is a box here that says Submit Assignment. What you're going to do here is you'll read these instructions. There is a quick little video, and then here are the directions to complete the assignment. In this particular one, it's just asking you to reflect on these specific questions. So once you're ready, you're going to come up here and click Submit Assignment. You'll notice it opens a text box. So from here, you would go ahead and type your response, and I'm just going to write your response just to keep it going, based on these questions. Once you've done that, you're going to click Submit. And now you're ready to move on again. So you'll notice with each assignment, while they prompt you, it's doing different things. The first assignment was a quiz that was built in. The second one was I'm asking you to reflect, so I'm providing a text box. Sometimes it'll say submit and you're going to upload a document, but it will prompt you. This is a discussion board. This will be one of many of the discussions board that we have throughout our semester. And this one is just designed to kind of let us get to know each other, but it also gets you comfortable with our discussion boards. In order for us to build the online community, we want to make sure that these discussion boards create and continue a conversation. So with each discussion board, you'll notice that you'll have something that you need to do with regards to posting, similar to the way you would post on social media or post on a blog. So you will create or write that post, and then you will respond, in this case, to at least 2 classmates. Your responses should keep a conversation going. What that means is that if you're responding and saying hi, or I agree or I disagree, this is not considered a response. the discussion, that means that there should be some back and forth. So if you agree with something, what is it that you agree with? Or if you're greeting someone in this case, what is it that you want to know, or responding to something that they said. You'll notice that there's a rubric that will show you exactly where the points come from with regards to the discussion board. The discussion board, while less formal means of communication, is still an academic writing space, which means that we still attend to um, those textual features that will help us communicate with each other. When you're ready to post, you would hit the reply, and again, of course, yours is going to be much longer because I'm asking you to respond to those multiple things. But when you're ready, you would hit post. And then if you were to come up behind somebody and reply, you would just go underneath their post, hit reply. So very similar to probably many platforms of social media that you're familiar with. Um, Once you are finished with the discussion board, you're going to click next. This next piece will help get us started rolling for next week when we really kind of get into some of the nuts and bolts of our course and begin working on our first project. And this is just kind of opening the dialogue with regards to understanding that reading and writing are very reciprocal in nature. So we're going to start with reading. So at this point, I feel like you have a really good understanding of kind of how this works. So I'm going to quickly go through, but you'll notice once again you have submit assignment. So this particular page is designed to walk you through the different lessons or pieces of instruction that you'll need to watch, and then the directions on what you need to submit. Each week I will end with a checklist, and what this does is it allows you to see out of the 7 pages that are included in the module, there were 4 assignments. Here's what they were, and it just kind of lets you get a checklist going. It'll also give you a due date, okay? If we go back to modules, you'll notice that everything is due by midnight on Monday. Okay, so this is located in a couple different spaces. You'll notice it here. You'll also notice it here underneath each assignment that the due date is there. If you ever get to an assignment or a page, or I've put something in there for whatever reason it doesn't work, please email me immediately so that I can fix it. It does not happen often, but should it happen, I would hate for us to get through the entire week and then all of a sudden we are in a situation where multiple people are not able to get into something. So I typically test all of these modules before I publish them to make sure that they work, but something is inevitably going to slip through the cracks, and I am prone to mistakes because I too am human. So I hope that this is very helpful in getting you started. If you have any questions, please make sure you email me when something comes up, and I am happy to help. Until then, have a wonderful first week, and I look forward to seeing you online.